Well, here I am again. Is this your lucky day or what? I had a fellow by the name of Jonathan, I hope I say it right, McHugh, said, I would like to ask you what is your favorite tobacco, and do you have any thoughts on health issues, good or bad, of smoking a pipe? Thank you for your videos, Jonathan. Well, Jonathan, I've addressed this long back whenever I first started making videos, but I addressed it uh, in one of my stories. So I'm gonna zero in on this on the health issues concerning smoking a pipe. But I'm also including on this also smoking 100% tobacco cigars. Now, I've never smoked a cigarette in my life. Don't care to smoke a cigarette. Don't like cigarettes. I don't like to be around cigarettes in an enclosed area. I've learned this over the years, and I've proved this over the years. When you smoke a cigarette, you produce some 7,000 different chemicals that comes from all of the chemicals and stuff that they put in that cigarette to make you come back for it again and again and again and again and again. It is not the tobacco that brings you back. It is not the nicotine that brings you back. It is those chemicals that they forcefully place in the cigarettes to get you to come back again and again and again. Now, the thing is this. 69 of those chemicals are cancer producing chemicals. 69 of them. So when you're sitting in a room and you're smoking a cigarette, you are giving 69 chemicals to everybody in the room that produces cancer. And that is what 98% of everybody that smokes dies from, is those cancer causing chemicals. Now, I started smoking a pipe because I grew up having what was called an ulcerated mouth. Meant that about 4 times every year I got a mouthful of ulcers. My tongue was covered with ulcers. The inside of my lips was covered with ulcers. My throat was covered with ulcers. When they came in, it took about 6 weeks for them to play out before they would leave. And then in another month or 2, they would come back again. And so I lived with that until I was in the service, and a man told me if I would smoke a pipe, it would get rid of them. I did that, and it got rid of them within days, and they never came back again. So you want to know if there's any issues, good or bad? That's a great issue right there, is that it has prevented me from having those ulcers, stopping me most of my year, not even being able to eat, not even being able to drink anything, not even being able to talk. And I know some of you have been listening to my videos and going, well, I wish you had them now to shut you up. Well, that's the way she goes. But second of all, I have over more than once gone to different doctors according to where I live, because I've lived all over this country. go to different doctors. They would put me through a rigmarole of tests to see how I was physically. And then they would come back to me and tell me that I lied to them, that I put on their questionnaire that I smoked. Well, I did put it on there, but I smoked a pipe. So they would tell me and say, well, you lied to us. You don't smoke. And I said, yes, I smoke a pipe. And so I explained to them what I do, that I smoke a pipe with 100% tobacco in it. There is no chemicals in it, none whatsoever. And that because I smoke a pipe, it does not affect my body like cigarettes would affect the body. Cigarettes, after a few years, makes your lungs look like they're dead. But a pipe, or a good all tobacco cigar, will never affect your lungs in that way. So upon that reason, and because of that, I have learned over the years that it is very, very, very safe to smoke a pipe and to smoke all tobacco cigars. Now, I say all tobacco cigars because they do make some cigars, and they're usually cheap. They come in packages and stuff that has some chemicals in it because it's made by the cigarette companies. So I stay away from any of that kind of stuff. So because of that, I can assure you that it is absolutely safe to smoke a pipe or to smoke all tobacco cigars. It is perfectly safe. It is perfectly without any kind of effect on the body. So, I've not only had one doctor tell me that, but I've had several doctors tell me over the years, whenever I would go live in a different place and I had to have a doctor, and I'd find one and go see him, the first thing that would happen is I'd put on his questionnaire, yes, I smoke a pipe. And he would come back and he said, you put on there that thing that you smoke and you don't smoke. I said, yes, I smoke a pipe. Oh, well, what's the difference? And I would get to tell them. So, it is safe to smoke a pipe. Can you smoke a pipe too much? I don't know. I've been smoking a pipe now for 57 years. 57 years. And I usually smoke. Now, I'm just telling you what I do. This is not nobody else doing it. I usually smoke between 8 and 12 bowls of tobacco per day. Every day. 7 days a week. 52 weeks out of the year. 365 days out of the year. I smoke between 8 and 12 bowls of tobacco per day. And so because I do that, I really smoke more than what I hear on the YTPC that people are doing. People on the YTPC might smoke it 4, maybe 5 times a day. But then that's usually probably about the limit that most people do. And most of them on the YTPC don't even smoke it that much. They smoke it once, twice, 3 times, maybe 4 times a day. And then some just smoke it every few days, once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week. But for me, I'm just telling you, And this is what happens when I go to a doctor. They find out that I'm smoking a pipe 10 to 12 times a day, and it shows no effect on my body. So, I hope that answers your question. I hope that helps you. And as far as my favorite tobacco, I don't have a favorite tobacco. Now, I will tell you what I smoke the most of, and one of these is because of my dear wife. I walked into a drugstore once, and I saw some tobacco called Admiral's Choice. And they had a black and gold there, and I said, let me have one of them, and I'll try it out. Well, I brought that home, and I smoked it. My wife said, oh, that smells nice. I like that. I said, well, guess what? That's my tobacco that I smoke here in the house. And so I smoke it more than I do anything else. I smoke it here in the house. Now I'm in my office here. This was a bedroom in the house. As you can see from this headrest back here, I'm in a power chair. I'm in it 24 hours a day. I'm totally disabled. I'm unable to get into my office that's outside of the house. And so we've made me an office in here. Now in here, I smoke every kind of tobacco that I can get. That I can get. Whoever's kind enough to send me some, I smoke it. And because I have an exhaust fan in my window that's on 24 hours a day to keep everything drawed out. I can smoke a cigar in here and it won't affect my wife at all in the living room. Now, if I don't have that on, it will affect her because it will seep into that. And the one thing she can't stand is a dadgum cigar. So, I hope that I've answered your question. And if there's anything else anybody needs to know, anybody needs to understand, I'll be more than happy to tell you. Now, I do smoke English blends. I like Latakia because it's strong. I like Perique. And so I do smoke those of different blends and everything else. I'm very limited on my money to buy tobacco. I don't buy pipes anymore because I don't have enough money to buy them anymore. And but I do have $25 a month I can spend on tobacco, so I buy some tobacco every month. But then that's just it. So I don't buy a lot of tobaccos. I make sure that I have plenty of Admiral's Choice so that whenever I'm in the living room with my wife for a long time and stuff, that I'm smoking that in there because she likes that. So I'll leave this with you now, and thank you for listening to me. I usually don't ramble on like this, and I promise you I won't make a habit of it, but I did want to answer the question, uh, especially about the health aspect of smoking a pipe. So until I see you again, may the good Lord bless you. May He watch over you. May He supply your every need. May He take care of every circumstance in your life. And remember this. I love you. And until we see you again, enjoy your pipe.